Harry the Paper Monkey. Thank y'all so much for dropping in on this video. I was working on my Bobbsey Twins journal. Got a few little things right here, right? Anyway, I was picking some images out of a book, out of a little golden book. It's this one, Eloise Wilkins' Mother Goose. And I thought, you know what? While I'm doing this, let's just make a tag or a few little pieces, maybe one or two pieces of ephemera together. These are the images. Look, I picked little boy images this time. They're so cute. This is from the poem, What Are Little Boys Made Out Of? That's where he comes from. I've used him before. And then this one is Little Boy Blue. And now this one, Tom the Piper's Son. I loved him because of the pig. Now, Bobbsey Twins is a forest adventure. I realize I'm kind of crossing over, and I may not wind up using them, but I thought, you know what? This is part of what is so much fun for me is picking out images. I love to look through my books and love to cut and just have them, if nothing else, in my stash, right? Let me do this. I'm gonna cut around it, and then we'll do the real fussy cutting once I can kind of get around this. Cut some of that off. I had Birdie, the recycled hippie chick. Oh, don't quote me on that name. I followed her for the longest time. I need to go out and try and remember to tag her channel for you guys. She asked me in a comment recently, she said, how do you pick an image when you have an image on one side, an image on both sides, but you love both of the images? And I responded and said, God, I wish I could tell you it was easy, but it's not. It's no formula, not that I've ever found. But for me, if I'm in that situation, what I find is I will typically pick the image that's the most colorful, because that's just how I can choose, because it's hard. It's hard. I don't typically, will I not copy an image? Copyright and all that business, but that's usually how I do it. If I look at both of them and I think, golly, I want them both, I'm usually going to pick the one that is more colorful. Or if it's easy, what makes it easy is if it's for a journal and I'm looking for a particular style. If I need something that's a farm look, or I need something that is a vintage Victorian, or, then that'll make it easier, but it never seems to work out like that. Look him, how cute. And then let me bring this over here. I'll show you. Cut that off. Let's see. I'll cut this. I'm just cutting this down in case I want to use the words, which I may not, but I'll have them. I will have them if I need them. If I want to use them, they'll be there. Now, another thing that I do, I'll show you another thing that I do, is this is the book block from the actual Bobbsey Twins book. I will go through and I glue together pages, a few, I'll glue together a few, like I have this stack right here. This is all from the book, not this one. This is all from the book. And I will, like this had an image on it, I will use them as tag bases. A lot of the times I will. This is just I was going to use this just because the colors as a piece of ephemera in here. I am. So we'll put that over there. And then this may become, let's see something. We could use this as a pocket. I don't like it because it's the police car, though. You know it? It's not what... Look at this image. How cool is this image? I got this from a different book. That was from, I was recently harvesting some images, and I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Let's see. I think we're gonna cut off that white. Let's see, it doesn't quite look straight. It's not. It is not straight. Let me see this. Okay, that's better. And then you could see his brother was standing on the side of him. How wide did that make that? A little over 3? Mm-hmm. A little over 3 inches. So what we could do... Okay, since this has the title on it... Boy, that's a big journaling card, huh? Well... You know what I'm going to do? I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Let's try this. I've never done this before, but let's try this. I'm going to get my glue book here. Let's grab it. And we'll put some adhesive on it. I get questions about my glue stick. This particular one is the Scotch Permanent Glue Stick. I do like it. I would like it better if it had a color tint to it, because I can't ever see where I'm gluing, you know, or if I put enough glue. So that's the only thing I'd prefer, or what I feel like would make that glue stick better. Okay, so let's do this. I'm going to put it right. That's not straight. Let me use the words here. Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's do that. This I got from the Dollar Tree. I have a few of them because they get sticky and icky, and I need to clean them. So I change them out every now and again. That still sure ain't straight, is it? Okay. So then what we could do is, if I cut, it may cut some of the words off, and that's okay. See how that's not straight? That's all right. Ooh. That's pretty darn good, but I bet this side's gonna not be... But I'm not gonna be that lucky on this side. Let's see. Oh, that's close. That's pretty good. That's not too bad. And then, let's see what happens when I cut here. Okay, it leaves this down here. All right. Okay, and then we'll take our tag. I have a different one that's not quite this pronounced. See how this angles? It's pretty angly. Let's see. This one's a little different. Let's use this one instead. I do not, when glue is wet, you know, I know this glue is still wet because I just did it. I don't use my Timmy Holtz scissors on that because because I just am not going to take the chance of messing up my Timmy Holtz scissors. Really and truly. So I use these, and I like them. These are some We Are Memory Keeper scissors that I'd gotten at Hoblob a year and a half or so ago, and they were on clearance actually, and they have held up very well. Okay, we're going to put a little well, you know what? Actually, let's not do that. Let's find some fabric. I have some fabric pieces, a bunch of fabric pieces actually, that I knew I'd want to use in this journal. Oh, look how cute. That's so cute. Kind of covers that up, huh? Or, hold on. I've got this and I've got this. Yeah, I like both of these. And I like the stringy stuff. You know what I mean? Like, I do. I always have. Kind of like the stringy stuff. Look at this ticking. This bright blue ticking. I'd gotten this at Hobby Lobby about 6 months ago, and it was, believe it or not, on clearance. Yeah. I wish now I would. I think I got a couple of yards. I wish now I would have gotten more of it. I'm going to save that for something different. Let's see. I was kind of looking to layer this. Maybe too much. Okay. I'm doing too much. Go figure. Go figure. I'm doing too much. I'm going to do this and this. So I like this and this. And I think we'll cut that right there. How about that? Because it's strings everywhere. Love it. Love it, love it. I'm going to get my Fabri-Tac. My Fabri-Tac was not cooperating with me earlier. And isn't that aggravating? What I'm going to do is I am going to cover up some of these words. I'm going to show you in a minute what I'll do. I have some vintage ledger paper, and I have been trying to use it because I want to use it, right? I don't want it to... I'd gotten these ledgers for practically nothing at a thrift store in North Louisiana when I was with my daughter Leslie thrifting one day. And see how it's not cooperating? Drive me crazy. So, it's crumbly. The paper's crumbly. And I thought, nope. We're gonna figure out a way to use some of it. And this is what, watch this. Let me grab them. Actually, you know what? I have some sheets already pulled. See how it's just crumbly. So, let's do this. Okay, we got that. I like to use these numbers. You know it? Okay. See, that just gives you some lined paper. I like to write on lines. So, my friend Janet Birdsall gave me a journal, a Christmas journal, and it was such a cute journal, too. Ooh, see how that just ripped apart? Several of the pages she'd glued pieces of lined paper. And she said that. She said, I liked lined paper. And I was like, well, I do too. So what a great idea. So thank you, Janet. If you watch this, thank you for that idea. This does not bother me to have this little rip right here. Doesn't bother me a bit. As long as it stays adhered. I think it looks just fine. Okay. How about that? And then what we can do, let's go ahead and round the bottom corners. I don't know if we'll paper clip this in or if we will put it in a pocket, but it'll be good either way. I like this. Yeah, I like this. I need to, or I feel like I want to find something, maybe something else. Look at this. I'm seeing this right here. Isn't that cute? I might have something. Man, a little cluster would look good too, wouldn't it? I think that would look good too. Let me get this out of the way. Let's see. I have some more of this red just to kind of pull it together a little bit. That's too red, white, and blue. I don't like that. But this orange, whoa. Look at that. But you know what? If we do that, that's going to impede its sliding. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to leave it alone. We're going to leave it like that. That's good. Okay. That's one piece of ephemera down. We got that piece. Okay. Now, let's go back. Oh, let's do this. I made a master board out of Dick and Jane book pages. Because, I mean, when you see this font, even if Sally wasn't on here or the word Dick, even if those names weren't listed on here, you would just kind of already see that it's from a reader, you know? So with that, I thought, okay, I might use this as a background to use that. Isn't that cute? And then, okay, I like this. This or some rickrack. Let's use some of this fabric because this is the fabric I used for the spine. So I've got this piece left. Let's try that. We'll cut, let's cut it bigger than we probably need at first. Let's try something. And I can do, I don't know, I still like it across. I like this. Okay. Okay. That is how we're going to go with it. This is vintage crocheted trim. And I love it. I have actually gotten this in Happy Mail twice, and I'm very thankful. Very thankful because it's one of my favorite trims. I do not have enough orange in my life. I'm serious. I love, and I did not know that about myself, really and truly. Orange was never a color. Like if you would have asked me my favorite color, I would have never said orange. And I'm not saying orange is my favorite color, but I'm saying that with junk journaling, it's opened up my eyes to many colors that I just never really thought twice about, to be honest with you. I didn't hate orange. Just like I said, I just never really, because I didn't play with it. I didn't use it in any application. I certainly didn't pick clothes that were orange. I never did. Never did. But now, whenever I'm doing my junk journaling, oh, Lord, I love to pick orange fabric and orange trims and orange papers. I do. Isn't that funny? I had a comment recently, too, that asked that if they sincerely wanted to know this, they were not being ugly in any way. She said, why are we hearing a lot of creators say, this is not a tutorial, this is just my process? And I told her, I appreciated the question so much, and I told her that. I said, I can, of course I can only speak for me. I can't answer for everybody, but I know for me, I've been doing this for 3 years. I've been junk journaling for 3 years. Before junk journaling, I was not artistic. I shied away from arts and crafts. What I did try, the crafts that I tried, they were pretty bad. And I would always compare my crafts to others. There was always supposed to be a formula to them, right? There was some, you had to follow a scrapbook layout, or you had to, the color way had to be this way. There was always a rule to it, and I never felt successful at it. I mean, seriously, even in school, I couldn't draw stick people right. It was just never my thing. I never felt good about anything artistically that I ever tried, really and truly. So when I literally stumbled upon junk journaling and Rebecca Hoot, and she said in that video, you can do your junk journal any way you want to. You don't have to do it my way. And my ears perked up, and I was like, what? What? And I was absolutely fascinated by by her composition notebook that she transformed into something that was so incredibly beautiful without being beautiful, if that makes sense. I was like, oh my God, I felt so compelled to do it. I can't explain it any other way. I was just like, I have to try this. I have got to try it. And from that moment on, I've tried it ever since. Almost every single day, I have tried to do something artistic. And it was people along the way in this community who were so encouraging and who told me from the beginning, you are an artist. But it's still hard for me, even though I know I have evolved. Like, I know I've grown in the art, and I know I produce pretty things. But number one, I want to always stay humble about it, because that's just, I think we all have things. I still have a ton to learn and people to learn from. But I also understand that I've been able to inspire some people. And to me, I am so, when I have people in my comments that tell me, you have inspired me, guys, oh my God, that is the biggest compliment I could ever get. But there's also, imposter syndrome is real. Like, I still look at some of my stuff and I'm like, oh my God, there's no way. But they do, they like it, So for me, to answer the question, because I told the commenter that I'd love to talk about it on my channel. Just for me, yes, I understand that, and that I have evolved in the craft, but and I don't want to take away from that. I really don't want to take away from that, because I love what I do now, and I can't imagine my life without junk journaling. So, but a lot of it for me is, just remaining humble and knowing that there's always going to be more to learn. And, I don't think there are mistakes. I think everything is a happy accident, like Bob Ross said. But anyway, so look, I need to get my other, I can use these real quick. As long as I don't use them on the paper, because these are not my paper cutting ones. But, okay, do I have an orange flower? Let's see. Let's see if I have something crocheted or something that would go with that. I've got a little drawer behind me, and I know, oh, how about this little, and I just throw all my little crocheted flowers, and, I have little felt flowers and different things, so I have a little stash back there. Should we put it down here? Let's put it right there. I think that's a cutie. Boy, I sure didn't measure that, did I? Like for the length, the height of the journal. But that's okay, because I like my journals to explode out of the top. I do. I like them to explode out of the top. And again, I know that's not for everybody. Okay. So that's two. Look, 2 pieces of ephemera. Let's go ahead and round the bottom corners here. I may, you know what I might do? I might sew around this one. I don't know if I'd sew around this one, though. I think this is cute just like it is, huh? Little piggy pig. So cute. Okay, that's 2. And then, let me show you, let's kind of just flip through. What I decided to do with this one is I just went ahead and did plain cardstock, no pattern, on the first pages of each signature. It's going to be 3 signatures, as you can see. Okay. And is it this way? Might be this way. Okay. I found these crocheted doilies. No joke. Hobby Lobby. They were for Thanksgiving. They were 75% off. I think there were 4 in the pack. Y'all, I think I wound up paying 50 cents a pack for that. On clearance, you know, after the holiday. Found them. Yep, sure did. So that's just a little tuck spot. Now, it's very loose is the only thing. So what I might have to wind up going back to, see how loose that is? See? I may have to go in and try and glue this down more so that it won't pop out as much. But it's still, I don't know. But we'll figure that out. So I've got this signature, this yellow, and then this. Now you see here, this is part of the lead pages, the end pages of the actual book. So I've got them on both sides of that one. So I've got this as a front feature there. I've got little corner tucks here. And I thought for this one, for this signature, I may do a belly band. What do you think? Oh, look at my little... I had him in my stash. He came from a thrifting find. Any fun? He matches perfectly. And then this right here, this is vintage. It looks like wallpaper, and I think it is technically, but it came in square sheets from the 60s. That's what the packaging said. So let's look at, maybe together we can do something. In here, that's the only fabric flip I have in here. So I don't care for that. I've used this already. What can we do, y'all? I wonder if I have some pre-made belly bands. To do another video. I haven't done this in a long time, but this is a stash of some scrap pieces of paper that I had, and I put it on carpet tape, double-sided carpet tape. So, and I just have them in a drawer over there. This one's too short. This is, listen, look at this. That is, it's not carpet tape, but it's that double-sided tape from Dollar Tree. This is cute. Hold on a second. Let me see something. Boy, we could have used that on that. I didn't realize this was backed on black. That's fun. That's going to be cool, actually. I'm going to use this, though. Just textile or texture on a page. Yeah, I'm going to use that. Let me see something. No, I can't. That's right. I keep wanting to do that, and it's not going to work. Okay, this one is not going to work. It's too short, and it's just blue. Now, this one's not too bad. That one's not too bad. This one is a little too short. Okay, I could use it, but I think we're going to pass on that one. This one. See how piecey that is? I love it. I love that. This one's a little too floral, I think. Now, this is not double-sided tape. This is actually, they call it drywall tape, but there's no adhesive to drywall tape. But it's very cheap. I need to do a video where we work with that stuff. This is carpet tape. I don't mind it. That's a maybe. This one is definitely, yeah, I like this one too. I'm gravitating more to the PC look. Yeah. So I'm going to put this one back. I'm going to use that on something else. Okay, now what I would do, I'm telling y'all, I think we're going to use this one. I think we're going to use this one. I need a piece of cardstock that I can put this on. This is what I'm talking about. Yep. Watch. Oh, you know what? I better cut it. I better cut it now. Let me do that now before I even... Ooh, my desk is a mess. Let's see. Are y'all a messy crafter? I am. I get in here and like I leave myself no room by the time it's all said and done. Let's see. Uh-oh. And this craft paper is if you don't know, when you cut on this craft paper, it eats through these blades pretty quick. I guess I didn't realize that. I did and I didn't, but now I know. How wide is this? So about 1.5 inches. Okay. Let's do 1.5 inches. Let's see if I did that right. Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm going to take my scissors because that's adhesive, and if you cut with your Timmy scissors, it's going to get adhesive on the blade. And those serrated blades like he has on his scissors, I don't like it. I probably did this wrong, I betcha. But let's just see. So see how easy that is to come off? And you see how it's got the lines in it? Once it sticks, it's down, okay? Just know that it is down. Okay, I know how I messed up now. Oh well. We'll get it. We'll get it. And ooh, it's stuck to my finger pretty good. Okay. So there's that. Okay. And now you have a belly band. I use those little Post-it notes all the time to remind me how many pages I have in that signature. Because I move my pages around all the time. So sometimes it won't wind up with 13 pages is what I'm saying. Sometimes it'll be less. Sometimes it may be more. Not much more, though. About 15 is about the most I'll do in a signature. Let's see. Okay. And we're going to call that a belly band, folks. Isn't that fun? If we wanted to, we could do that. We may do something like that. That's fun. Look how cute. That's on, that's the little end of it, huh? That's so fun. Look. Isn't that cute? She's fresh. Oh, that's cute. Okay, let me not get ahead of myself. But that is, then what happens is, watch, I'll show you. I'll show you the reason for that. We'll go back and look at this, okay? So then this signature has a significant focal point. This signature is going to have a significant focal point. And then this signature, let's see, will have, or the beginning will have a significant focal point. That's kind of what, in my mind, whenever it's just a way for me to know, okay, that's the start of a signature. Not that other pages won't have as much or more on them. Oh, let's do, you know what we could do in that bit? Look, let's do this. Ooh, that's cute. I don't know if it would stay. It might. That's really cute, huh? I like that. Or, okay, that may work in that. That's probably, okay, I don't think I have to adjust that at all, huh? Because it needs a little bit of room. Oh, I think we've resolved that. Okay, very good. Very good. So we've got that one. We've got one here because let's try. Oh yeah, that one would work, or this one will work. He's cute. Now this won't work in there because of that, but we could put her in there. And that's it. That's the video for today, folks. I'm so glad that you joined me today. Thank you all very much. And I do hope that whatever it is you get to do today or in the next few days, it is at least as much fun as I'm having putting together this Bobbsey Twins, this vintage Bobbsey Twins book. Thanks, guys, and we'll chat soon. Bye.